Time is letter not ready, okay? Can you hear in the zone? Good.
Yes, we can hear. Yes.
Yeah, good. Okay, so now ready to share the teaching and I do the opening prayer. Dāng gē dō jē yā jē rē sēn chōng, yēn jē mē dō dē jē bōng jiāng bā, sē rē jē lōng bō tō rē jī bē gē, xiā jē jā bē yā lā gē zāng zē, dō jē jiāng jē dē lō nā rō dāng, Mar bai me lai ji je gang bo ba, pa mo zhi ba jar wan di gong be, ga ju la ma nan lai zor wan de. Rō mēn jē jē yēn jē hōb dāng nē, tē sōm sāng jē gēn jē ngō wō nye, rāng sēn jē gē ngō sōng dōng zē bē, sā wē lā mā nāng lā gē sāng sē, jiām zhēn jē dōng mēn zām lēn jē, chāk bē dōng sōng yōng lā chāk, Sō mē jar wān dōr jēn chāng, Panje Dengong Be Shablande, Te Da De Samje Chule Me, Senje Loje Tuje Jin, Nyinge Memba Sarne Jang, Semje Jara De Tobar Senje Lo. We do the one Tibetan, this supplication Tara. Ma je wai me pe ji ye na yong je zen la mo zhu ma yo de sem je gen la de re ma dan je bai gen le jia de so rang qi ge yin bar ma xie bar zi nye mong wang de jir ba ye man kor wan chan be sem je la yong la mo chu je jia de so qi nian ne ju lai ma xie bar da ni zi ge jin zhang ne 正当恩不鲁波罗，永远的月拉米迦特索，我巴嘎哇让个森东呢贡巴梅泽巴，萨瓦恩不因瓦拉永真不拉米迦特索。曾让作你们一些来，你是怎么把家去？就到了浙江金巴那，头你们就老没家的说。养大一个东来，那些家，见着就等着没些别。写着东拉蒙巴拉，永根清洁拉米加的索，这张南根三年见，当觉的当也没见，大东老没干啥啦，永走三界加的索。Yeah, so now this sharing with you the supplication to the Tara. Mm, I think this last section you can see this is the Jigdon when Chopa Jigdon Sumgo attain enlightenment. So this supplication Tara that you have to know where this prayer teaching is come from. Is this supplication Tara teaching is come from for Chopa Jigdon Sumgo. Choba Jigten Songong is the Jigong Kaju, this lineage founder. So when he reached enlightenment, and then he has a vision of Tara, and then this prayer is naturally is supplicating, rising from his heart or mind or pro-modally naturally rising to supplication to the Tara. So that's why prayer, you cannot chant just somebody write down. The prayer must be come from like realizers naturally. When they attain enlightenment, realize something and then or receive some blessings from enlightened beings, and then the practice is naturally rising from there. So that's the prayer that has blessing. Okay, so uh, people can write more beautiful than this. Okay, many scholars can write very beautiful. Some poetry writers can write really beautiful. But chanting, pray, and then not that blessing connections. So that's why in this prayer, Jigdon Sumgong reach enlightenment. Jigdon Sumgong is we also in the Dzongsanga mostly I think you knows we are in here it's called Terrorin. Tenerife. It's very hard to say this place name. Tenerife in Spain in the island. We have people grow up here. Mostly it's new, and that's why I had to explain later different to ways. We have a Vipashanari too here. So I share some Malarepa, talk about Malarepa. The Malarepa, disciple is called Gambopa. Gambopa's disciple is called Pamotrupa. Pamotrupa's disciple, lineage holders, this Jigdin Sungong. So then Jigdin Sungong also has a very beautiful story, his life journey. So no same is Malarepa. Malarepa is usually unusual. Okay. Jigdin Sungong also has a very beautiful journey. He practiced a lot and meditate in the cave years. So he went purify lots of obstacles. And when he was meditating, almost reaching enlightenment, all the negative karma, mara, everything's rising to him to get sickness, disease. So disease is called leprosy disease, and no care. So he's only himself in the very remote area. Nobody usually be the area. So then he has that disease sickness. So he didn't get sad himself. So he thinking about he want to liberate himself. Called another practice called powa. So powa is you use powa, you can pass away yourself, liberate conscious. So he think about he have to do that. Reason is he reason is like he think my guru is like Buddha. Is then people see me like this disease sickness, that going to criticize my guru, and because your disciple has like this so bad disease, like something he thinks that makes it very bad for his guru, and then he wanted to do poa, and he left his meditation cave and outside. He wanted to go to somewhere like nobody knows, some space place. And then momentarily he thinking about, oh, I have to pause station to my Yedam deity. So his Yedam deity is Chinreze. Chinreze is called compassion Buddha. Compassion embodiment or the enlightenment being compassion. I have a statue here. So this is called Chinreze. He has four arms. This forearm representative four measurables. This morning we chant the opening prayer has four measurables. So measurable love, a measurable compassion, a measurable joy, a measurable equanimity. So that's represented with four arms, and then also his two hand joined in the heart center, holding the wish fulfilling giver. So that's a represented with bodhicitta. Bodhicitta is the same as a wish fulfilling giver. Then his another hand hold mala, and the right hand hold mala. So mala is like beads up one by one. So that means liberating every beings through his compassion. And the other hand, lotus flower, so representing his manifestation, emanation, go to six realms, liberate many beings. So go to diversity realms, emanations, liberate many other beings. So that's this symbolizer called form of compassion Buddha. Jigdin Sumgong, he has this statue when he practiced in the cave. So then he step back, he think, oh, I have to first homage to my deity before I'm going to liberate myself. Then he went back to in the cave. He post station to Chinrezig. And then he, thinking about uh, like I can liberate myself because I have a Dharma, I have a Guru, I have a Yadam, so I can liberate easily. This is a sickness, is nothing problem. I can liberate myself easy. But then he think about all other beings. So many beings due to ignorance, no any protection, so much suffering. So he arising extremely immeasurable compassion for all beings, for others. Then uh, the compassion is rising, and then he stay there and meditate, expanding compassion for everyone. So power of compassion, he released all the sickness, disease from his body, and he recovered everything. 3 days, within 3 days, he fully recovered. Then Jigdon Songgo also did aspiration. So no one get leprosy disease in my followers. So he did aspiration, and then also he it is called Tara, seven Tara supplication. So Tara is in the become appear to his vision in him, receiving blessings. So then he rising this prayer from his heart, pro-modal supplication to Tara called. So that's why this prayer is Jigdon Sunggu when he enlightenment, his first teaching come from this one, first one. So the Jigdon Sunggu is then become so famous in Tibet, popular. Historically, no one has like same as his followers. Like to this is a 12th century, I think, to until now, 800 years already, 800 years he passed in Nirvana. So how many years? 800 years ago. Like 12th century, right? 800 years. 12th century, yeah. So he passed in Nirvana is already 800 years ago. In that time, he has 180,000 monastic followers. It is Sangha has. So that never happened that in one teacher follower like that amount number monks in the history until now. So then he give blessings. So recover many this who has a leprosy disease because he practicing he recover himself. That's why he has blessing to recover many other leprosy disease other beings. So his another name people call leprosy discovery teacher or lama something like that. Another name, the people calling him. I heard. So he, uh, power or blessing have ability to do that. So then he come from this teaching from him. So this supplication Tara, this meaning is very profound, very profound, no easy. Okay. So I think Zomsanga, many people you already heard. So I wrote this supplication Tara commentary. The commentary is, my teacher Gatien Rinpoche, he asked me write commentary, write down commentary. So I wrote commentary. The commentary is very hard to write for this because this prayer can be just very simple supplication prayer. Yeah, ask Tara, blessing, help me, another way, very simple. But then also this meaning is Buddhist philosophy. All the philosophy is everything's in, how to say, subsumed to or contained in this supplication Tara prayers. Philosophy, talk about all the emptiness, this, logically you can approving part, this philosophy teaching is also included here. Then we have a Yedam deity practice, Yedam deity, Vajrayana tradition, generation stage. Okay, so that information also inside here too. And then Mahamudra, non-duality meditation. That meaning also in here too. So that's why, very hard to bring all this together. No easy to write commentary. It's Campos wrote a couple of books, but this is the hardest one, write, because very one sentence has many meanings. So then, which direction you're going to go right, like, so then beginning to end, something, have to follow. Uh, you cannot jumping all over the place, right? Have to go to structure, follow. It's not easy. But Gachen Rinpoche is a blessing, and I, I wrote the commentary. So now we have a commentary in this book, writing. So translation to English, we publish it. Then I shared these teachings many times already, many times. I don't know how many times already. So sometimes, like some student did transcription. And that is another, we have a book, transcription teachings. So anyway, this have many meanings in this short prayer. So that's why not easy to write commentary, but finish commentary, we have a commentary. That's the good thing. Then this has called 7 verses. It's a 7 supplication, means 7 verses. So I'm going to share with you one by one sentence, okay? And then I always recommend memorize this whole thing. Then you can use this for your meditation practice. So when we meditate, like today we did a long time, hours meditating like this. You guys amazing, can stay like hours. Without this prayer, I can't stay. Okay, I have support something, can when out of my mind is from the meditation, then I can read is from this text, one sentence example. Then that bring me back to in the meditation. So then this is also helps, your meditation supports, but same time, the Tara blessing, like you does these prayers, you visualize the Tara, and then it's another level. You have support and a blessing. So that's the reason this short supplication Tara I share so many times, and very profound, truly beneficial, powerful. So first in the this first verses, like this is the most important first verses. The first verses is in this book is just whole summary, kind of like summary or introduction. This first verses hold all the meanings actually. That's why when I wrote the commentary, this first verses is like explain long way, lots explanation for this. No, so the prayer here says, in the realm of the unborn mother, the Dharma Dharta, abides the revering mother, the Teti Tara. So I have to explain that part. So when I explain these prayers, sometimes goes perfectly, sometimes very hard, okay? We don't know. I cannot organize like how I'm going to share, just always flow. Sometimes absolutely amazing, beautifully happening, sometimes very hard, okay? We never know. Never know, so it's due to many cause contradictions too. Uh, in the realm of the unborn mother is this, if long as you practice many teachings, when you read this sentence, cut all your thoughts. So we have another practice called cutting through. Cutting through means cut all these conceptual thoughts. Uh, then another, like ritual, like deities, prayer, sadhana, we talk about all Om Sobhava Shida, Sarva Dharma Sobhava Shida, Han, all phenomena, everything is natural emptiness. So we have to do that mantra beginning. The reason is when you're performing deities, ritual, you need to hold emptiness experience. Without emptiness experience, then ritual, Chan Yidam deity practice is also not that powerful. So that's why in this directly went into that state first. Then this meaning also whole Buddha's teaching philosophy also included in this one too. Vipassana, intellectual part, and the non-conceptual meditation. Both are included in this sentence. In the realm of the unborn mother, the Dharma Dharma means. So in the realm of the unborn mother means it's not talking about relative level. Okay. In the relative truth, we have a mother, we have a birth. So example, we have a sunrise, we have a sunset. Okay. This one is in the true nature state, absolute truth. Then in that state, unborn means we don't have a birth. It's we don't have death. In that state, free from birth and death. Then we have a birth and death. This is a delusion state. So we have delusion states, we have a birth and death. So same is like right now where we stay here, we have a sunrise, we have a sunset. So then in the reality, in the space, in the sun itself, no rise, no set. It's always the same. Now this how to bring this meditation practice. In the realm of the unborn mother, the Dharma Dharma, when you read this, you really have to look to your mind, and directly looking to your mind, use your awareness. You have to see in yourself, I, self is not exist. It's emptiness. True in the absolute true state, I, self is not. So I, self is also delusion. That's why you use your awareness, looking really to yourself, and you fear I, self is not exist. I, self is a delusion. You recognize everything is kind of, or is emptiness. Emptiness means like, mind must be free from fixation. Long as your mind is free from all the fixations, then everything is a natural emptiness. You don't need to think about, oh, table is there, flowers here, how can be this grow emptiness. So long as your mind is no fixation to in these flowers, no fixation to this mandala, no fixation to all these chairs, any objects, then your mind is freedom. So then this everything is natural emptiness. In that moment, in your mind state, all is emptiness. But you come back to delusion states, then all these things exist again. Okay, so then you cannot fight because it's always there. And the fixation, delusion states we have. But when you're into this non-conceptual state, it's everything's natural emptiness. So that's called Dharma Dharma means then you're into your own true nature state. It's called Dharma Dharma. So all conceptual thoughts naturally cut, release, go away. So that's why when meditate, you mentally in the realm of the unborn mother, Dharma Dhartu. Dharma Dhartu is our own mind nature state, nature. You really feel that into nature state. then your thought, conceptual, everything naturally die, go away. You can hold your own natural state. So that's why this first sentence in this what I just read is is all the philosophy is into this one sentence. All meaning is there. Uh, then second one, abides revering mother the deity Tara. So this one is called generation stage. Generation stage is another level. Generation stage is like you have ability to become, release all these fixations. You feel all is emptiness. Then our mind is the same as a mineral water, very clear. Okay. So momentarily you can visualize Yidam deity very easy. So water is very clean, and then easily sun, moon, everything can easily reflection into the water. Stars, anything can reflection in the water. So same, your mind is free from thoughts. Then you thinking about abide revering mother, the deity Tara. Abide means my mind nature is Tara. It's with there always inseparably. So you connect with your mind, and the deity's mind is oneness. Okay. So now you have this image, Tara, white Tara. So the point is, what we have to do is you look to in this image, used to become even your close eye, this image is appear to in your mind. So then you chant this in the advisor means like this Tara is inseparable with your mind, and then your form body is naturally become, you can transform to this Tara's form body, deity's form body. So means like our this ordinary form is transformed to enlightened form body. Ordinary form take long time to reach enlightenment. Okay. So that's why this is powerful meta is you meditate, your form is deity's form body. And the reason this is a truth, the reason is Yadam deity's mind nature, our mind nature is oneness, inseparable. So deity's mind is the same as water, our mind is the same as ice block, okay? Ordinary people mind is ice block. So ice blocks melting into the water, then water falling to the water is another water, falling to the water is become oneness, no separations. So in this no conceptual state, you can join oneness. So this is the Tara prayer. So you can think about meditate Tara, become your mind is inseparable with the Tara. Then you meditate, abide means like mind nature, Tara is abides is within yourself. So that's most important. This deity in the Buddhism, many diversity, different enlightened beings. When we practice, we must be go into inseparable oneness. So otherwise the practice is a very relative level, not you going to truth. So relative level, Tara is enlightened being, us is ordinary. We ask Tara, please help me. Help me remove my obstacles. Give me blessing. So that's a relative level. And we're offering to Tara, do things, practice. But this is the very higher level. Okay. And then another we call self-generation. Self-generation means ourself is visualizing, become transformed to deity's form body, Yidam deity's form body, enlightened form body. So that practice meditation transform ordinary I and self. So usually everyone has labels and names, like Khenpo. So then I have self. So that's ordinary self. The ordinary self is create all this samsara, karmic imprint, strong and strong. Okay. Why we take birth in samsara? Because due to our karmic imprint, habituate, impure perceptions. So that pattern is become thicker, strong, and then kept going, samsara. So how to we can transform that? Then you have to use enlightening being, you know, visualize ourself. Then it's gone. Our own self is gone. You visualize yourself as Tara. I and the self is gone. So that's why this transforming ordinary body is transforming to called Yadam deity's form body. Uh, when you chant this abide revering mother means like reverence, abide revering means within our mind is Tara deity, no Buddha is somewhere else. So we have to connect with it through our mind. Then that is the knot you create in something, imagination or, you know, no, you don't have something, you making something yourself. It's not like that. The reason is like our mind is enlightening mind many lifetimes already. I'm beginning last time until no. Just ice is actually already, it's water, but due to conditions ice. When you merge ices in the water, in the become you put the waters in the ocean, inseparable with the ocean. So, you have ability to use this ordinary mind is transformed to, enlightened mind, inseparable. That is the truth. So we need that confident ourselves, okay, called divine pride. Divine pride means like we knowing it is truth, not making something we don't have. So we have that unbeginningless time, never lost, but due to negative conditions or obstacles, we we never know that truth. Is we went to an ordinary way, delusion states. So that's why this meditation is truly transforming this ordinary uh, conceptual thought. Then you meditate yourself, Mother Deity Tara. So become, Tara and your inseparable, and you feel totally different. You have felt bliss, joy, and so that's called another way using powerful objects. If you meditate shamatha vipassana, take long time to reach enlightenment. Not easy. So that's why another method we using support. Okay. So when you get extremely cold, so what is best solution? You can use some support, sun, okay, fire, and then house, and then heaters we use, right? This is a support. So we need support because without support we can not do our own ability to reach enlightenment. So we say I don't need support anything. Then why we need a cloth? Why we need a house? So that's the reason we need support. The Yidam deity practice. Okay. Uh, so that's the reason the Reverend Mother deity Tara. Mother means actually mother has different conceptuals. Mother in the relative level who deliver a baby is called mother, yeah. But in this case, mother means you know called perfection of wisdom. Perfection of wisdom who know that, who realize that person has become Buddha. So where this Buddha is born from? This born from mother. What is really mother means? Mother means perfection wisdom. So that's why Tara is form body of perfection wisdom. So we have to recognize that. That's why is Tara as a female form? Female is representative wisdom. So we call perfection wisdom. Form body is Tara. And then who has realized that? Reach enlightenment. So that's why I call mother, the deity Tara. Deity means always there. So never lost, inseparable with our mind. So deity is like Tibetan we call yadam means I'm beginningless time until no never separate, always there with us. That is our true nature mind is always there. So that's called yadam deity. Then relative level, we have many form bodies, deities. Go into this state, all enlightened beings oneness, no separations. Because think about like so many diverse rivers, the reuniting ocean is become one ocean, no these different streaming waters there, separate. So then I already told you like mine is the same as ice below is put into the ocean, it's become also inseparable with the ocean. So that's why it's called deity tara means like deity means that's truth. What we have is called deity tara. Uh, she bestow happiness on all sentient beings. So what I do here is when meditating, the when you meditate, by delivering Mother Deity Tara, much ever you can visualize it, Tara into your mind, connecting together. So transforming this ordinary I in the self. If you get true connections, you feel extremely joy, happy, and you have your own experience like extremely devotions rising to Tara. You feel I'm so fortunate, and so that feeling devotion rising, then she bestow happiness on all sentient beings. So you feel this, Tara give all happiness for every beings because when you have your own experience happiness, then that happiness, where is come from source? You visualize the Tara, connect to Tara, and then you have this blessing, happiness rising yourself. Uh, so then you truly devotion rising to the Tara. So devotion also bring the happiness, blessing. So it's another level experience you can get. Happiness, all sentient beings. As supplicate Mother Tara, so with supplication to Tara of Dharma Dharta to protect us from all fears. Dharma Dharta means like here, this Tara, the absolute truth, Tara is Dharma Dharta means like true nature is Tara. And as long as you realize true nature, your all fear is go away. The fear is die. Uh, so that's why here another level, when you have fears, when you have sad, when you have anxiety, okay, when you have depressions, unhappy feelings going on, so you cultivate in these verses. This is the true, absolute true medicine solutions. So the anxiety or this sadness source is self-grasping, our fixations. So you meditating, you seeing I self is no exist. And you can be into Dharma Dharta states. You have experienced Dharma Dharta, this true nature, then fear is naturally released, go away. Anxiety, sadness, everything you have ability to transform. So that's why uh, this verses you memorize and apply in your mentally, and wherever you goes, apply in mentally chance, like really connect to your mind nature, connect to the Tara, and then you feel always happy and joy. So you feel you have a protection. This is, two different ways protection here. One is like you can visualize the data and protection, and another is you into your true nature and protection. So Dharma that protect us from all fears. That's the first verses. Mm. Then second one. So second is more focus for compassion. Okay, so this first one is the explain the true Dharmakaya, truth like Dharma the true nature. So when you realize nature and you become knowing true nature and inseparable with Yadam deity. So that's the first sentence or first verses is the main point is true nature Dharma Dharma. Okay. This second one is called more compassion way, compassion. So first one we can say like wisdom. This first verses is wisdom, and this one, second one is a compassion. So second one means no realizing oneself is a dharmakaya. So this you read no realizing oneself is a dharmakaya. We have dharmakaya means we have this true nature, dharmakaya. We have dharma dharma within ourselves. Never lost. We have that. We never know that. We don't recognize that we have. So you when you chant that, it's also a rising compassion ourselves. Because think about like so many lifetimes, and we kept going samsara uh, due to our delusion, afflictive emotions. Doesn't matter which kind of person in the world, everyone is controlled by afflictive emotions. You know, which kind of like you think people has power positions, and everyone has like you look very closely, you really knows everyone has issues, problems. Yes. So sometimes like we poor people think rich people always happy. No, rich people is extremely suffering. Another level. So rich people is more mentally suffering, mentally, okay? And then the rich people have mentally suffering. Poor people is like, oh, they don't have much suffering, just like, do things, job, and then go home, relax. I have so many responsible something like rich people think that, but poor people physically suffering, lots physically suffering. See, mentally more rich people suffering, physically more poor people suffering. So anyway, doesn't matter which kind of, person, nationality, and so gender, anyone, rich, poor, or like young or old, doesn't matter. Anyone is suffering in samsara. So sometimes we think, oh, this person is great. You really look to the nose of that person's everything is disaster. Everyone has own disaster going on behind. Okay, it's a suffering. So then, in the who has a power, they has extremely suffering because you have more power. It's you have more competition and you have more jealousy. So another hand, you're going to lose. Fear, lots of fears is a suffering. Uh, so that's why when you read this, no realizing oneself is a dharmakaya. We have this true dharmakaya nature. We have that, but we know knowing that what happened us many lifetimes. You know, sometimes we have to think about what happened so many lifetimes. We didn't recognize. So you don't need to think I'm extremely smart. Like we are not smart. That's the reason still in samsara. If we are really smart, intelligent, wisdom, we already reach enlightenment. Yeah, we are not here right now, but not too bad still. we have opportunity, okay? So that's why when you chant this, is when no realizing oneself is Dharmakaya. Another, you think you can generate a compassion yourself. Another, you can directly have this Dharmakaya, Dharma, the true nature. You can stop all these conceptual thoughts. You can directly into nature, your own nature state. And this reminding us we have a nature, no knowing, someone, somebody has a very special object treasure, okay? Millions cost object under the house. The person never know, and that person is extremely poor, thirsty, hunger, suffering. So we have like that same issues, okay? We have this true nature within ourselves, but we not knowing that, then we go all the time chasing delusion. We extremely chasing delusion is then anxiety, sad, suffering. So we chasing suffering all the time. Uh, so that's why when you read this, another level you can loving to yourself, compassion to ourselves, reduce our ego, release ego, and at the same time knowing our own true nature. Then the minds of sentient beings are overpowered by negative emotions. So all these sentient beings is controlled by afflictive emotions. So no one free from this afflictive emotion. Long as you recognize that, then your feeling is different. Someone make you very upset. You can think, oh, this person is, the mind is, over power by controlled by negative emotions. You recognize, then you feel more compassion. So think about like, uh, you know, some family has like couple kids, example, some kids is mental issue, it's very hard difficulty. Parents has a lot of patience for that. Reason is because they say, okay, he or she, the kids has mental issues. They try to take care much what they can do because due to mental issues. And so then you have more patience. So child didn't have any issues. They do some bad things. The parents are very upset. Yeah. So, someone make you very hard and difficulty, many different ways. So then you can think this is verses or sentence. Oh, he or she is like controlled by afflictive emotions. You can generate more compassion. So then you can think about your any neighbors make you hard. You can think about, oh, he or she, ego, or grasping, fixation, or jealousy, something they control. Then you can forgiveness and you can have practice patience. Then like think about all the way kings, presidents to anyone, you can, this generate this idea. Then you not upset the person, arising compassion for the person. So that's the way of the practitioners, meditators. Long as you lose patience, upset, and president, and so Keynes, anyone, then you the pondering the person, not generating compassion. You have object of compassion, but you don't use object of compassion. You have something special object you can generate a compassion, but you didn't use that. You create more negative, you know. Do you understand? So that's what we do due to ignorance. The Dharma practitioners, they, you know, they don't complain like so many issues in the world. Buddha said samsara is a suffering. So he already mentioned that that's going to happen always like this, okay? And so some days, some maybe some uh, one decade, 10, like 10 years or 5 years, sometimes like little bit better shape goes up and go down again. This is the just samsara. Never going to pure go up to 100% great. And the never going to happen. If samsara is going to 100% great, then why Buddha have to share the teaching? Why we have to liberate? Then our effort is useless. No need to liberate. Be in the samsara, can enjoy ourselves if 100% is great in samsara. So samsara is always a disaster. Every single being is controlled by afflictive emotions. Still, this world is alive. It's absolutely amazing, okay? So thousands of snakes put together. And they stay there, they be together is like great. So that's we have to understand, okay? And then negative emotions. See, everyone is controlled by negative emotions. So we have to generate compassion. Ourselves also controlled by negative emotions. These beings wandering in samsara are my mother. So then you can go more bigger open mind. Generate love, compassion. I want happiness. So I don't want suffering. Or same, every single being want happiness. No one want suffering. Yeah. All these beings used to my mother because we have to think about like we take birth is not only this one. We take birth many, many, many lifetimes. So our life, how many take birth is cannot count. The countless already birth. Then how many human beings we can count? So that's why all human beings used to our mothers. So you think that it's become your mind is open, you know, and then loving is rising to everyone. Love means wishing everyone have happiness. Then everyone like mostly, okay, everyone has wishing mother have happiness. So your wishing is a happiness for everyone. You can generate. So that's also truly helps benefit. If you have difficulty with your mother in this present mother, you can let go. Something you hold in your mind is you can release. So you can forgiveness, you can change. So if you holding something always in your mind, then you know uh, sooner or later that fire is rising. So you can burn yourself. That's why let go and forgiveness is best. So let go is great. Then that's the reason. So we have to generate love for mother, and we have to think about all our mother's kindness. When we was in the mother's womb until take the birth, whole heart, mother went through difficulty, and our this body, flesh, blood, all is come from mother, and then we born, and our body is not like this. Right now we independent, not like this. When baby born is dirty, blood, and don't know anything, cry only. So due to mother's love, taking care, and due to mother's love, never see dirty, ugly. The mothers see always beautiful. So that's the power of love. And then raising and the child, take care. Raising is not easy, like until independent. So all this kindness we cultivate, and then you can release all your sadness too. So if you have any problem with the mother, same time, you can generate this love for mother, and this love is rising your mind. Then you always happy and purify so much negative karma, power of love. Then long as you have love, sadness, anxiety cannot affect it to you. So that's why true protection is love. And then, if the love is really rising in your mind, your mind use object is your mother, meditate. So then you really appreciate your mother. Mother give not only this body, mother give spiritual love. Yeah. So that love is only, like kind of generate starting from mother. So that's why you really appreciate your mother become. The love is come from mother. And you get love is come from mother. So that's we can do that, practice ourselves, okay? Mother really cannot transform something love to your heart. And so she can give body, but she cannot give love. Love we can generate. Use mother as object of meditation. Uh, so then, see, this beings wandering in samsara are my mother. So then you can expand your love for others. So love is rising for others, then they don't have strangers. And even our enemies also become changed. So we know when we have anger, and then our environment is different. When you have really love, your environment is different because our, love, anger change these situations. So your love is rising to everyone, is wherever you go, it's very comfortable. It's different states. So that's why love is another level, is true protection. Then a supplicate mother Tara, deity of great compassion. So this true love is rising in your mind, and then that's the them compassion is rising ourselves. Then that's called Tara. So Tara is not only this, like usually we think it's a form body, deity some outside. This Tara means true nature. Tara means love, compassion. So compassion is rising out your mind, and then we are Tara. Uh, this compassion, great compassion, please protect us. Compassion can protect us. So that's the second verses. Then go to third verses. Third verses is, if the meaning of Dharma is not born in one's heart, one just follows the words of conventional meaning. We are deceived by delusory philosophical views and dharmas. Supplicate Mother Tara of perfect wisdom, please protect us. So if the meaning Dharma is not born in one's heart, it means Dharma have to born means, this practice have to rising from ourselves. What is a Dharma? Is a Dharma is according to different yanas, there, different levels. So Dharma is a very general. Okay. Uh, the first basic level, we have to arise renunciation, our heart, renunciation to samsara. I want to liberate. So that long as you have that, then you your practices goes, everything is become successful. Otherwise, our practices become shallow. Okay. Another level, you very strong attach, enjoy in the samsara. Another level, I want to liberate. These two things cannot go together easily. Okay. So that's why this first one is we have to cultivate precious human body, appreciate ourselves. This life is very hard to get. Not easy to take birth human being, and knowing that, appreciate we get human being body, and then very easy to lose. Our life is impermanent. Long as we have a birth, we have a death. So sooner or later, then we don't know when we die. No one has a certainty. Yeah. So death is not due to age, not due to also rich and poor, and not due to gender, anything. So can be, die any moment. You don't know when you die, stay like 100 years or only 1 month or 2 months. We don't know anything because death causes like cause conditions so many. And first thing about all the disease can be affected to die. Another level, we have so many natural disasters. Then another level, human being create so many disasters, war and many ways, can be die. Uh, then, you know, airplane, car, so many this where, causes of death. So never know when we die. So that's why we just have to think also cultivate impermanent. Impermanent meditation helps you reduce fixation attachment. And reduce fixation attachment, then naturally your fear is freedom. You know, you can take care of your life. It's a very beautiful way. And some people are so strong attach fixation into many in the worldly things. Their life is a disaster. And then you can have everything. You no need to disaster way. So that means like you can do beautiful life is meditate impermanent. You can use every whatever you have good things, but on the other hand, you knowing all is emptiness. I mean impermanent. So less this fixation is it helps you liberating. Uh, then cause and effect, we have to follow the cause and effect. And most important is like good intention, keep good intention, loving kind. So that's you know, the cause effect means. Then that's all is called this first one, like, okay, Dharma born in one's heart. You have that practice, Dharma is born. Then if you have a very good generosity, Dharma is born. And you have good ethical discipline, Dharma is born. You have very good patience, Dharma is born in your heart. Okay, then if you have love rising in your mind, Dharma is born. And you have compassion rising in your mind, then Dharma is born in your heart. So that's what this spiritual quality, anything arising in your mind, then other everything naturally easy because this all the qualities is connected to each other. One arising strongly, then you can say Dharma is born, is other also this quality is rising. The one just follow the words of conventional meaning. So it's Dharma is if like we have to think this first verses. If Dharma is not born one's heart, is like this really help you, analyze, investigating yourself. You when you read this, you recognize, oh, I'm not good practitioner. Even I say I'm meditator, but not good meditator. Or you think, oh, I'm Dharma practitioner. You think, oh, I'm not Dharma practitioner because this Dharma is not in my mind, heart. So this is your own, how to say, the police investigating yourself. Yeah. So Dharma practitioner means like we have to investigate ourselves. It's how it's going on within ourselves. That's why this first sentence is really help investigate yourself. Then one just follow the words of conventional meaning. Sometimes we just follow the just words, conventional meaning. Okay, conventional meaning means like, oh, uh, I am Buddhist, I am Christian, I'm Muslim. Just follow the words. Reality, maybe no one, we are not belong to any categories. This, so that's why it's called follow the words of conventional meaning. Uh, if you will become true spiritual person, we wanted to become good Dharma practitioner, spiritual person, then Dharma, this Dharma what I mentioned, and something have to rising from our mind. And then you not really follow the words. Otherwise, we just carry the label. Example, I'm in Tibetan Buddhist monk, something, okay? It's label, but no Dharma there. So then that means like it's called fake. Okay, so point is spiritual person means must have to have some quality inside. This any, Dharma spiritual quality in the mind. Without that, then one just follow the words of conventional meaning, just follow the words, no meaning, no essence there. When we do also ritual, performing something, the compassion is most important. Without compassion, your performing ritual also no essence. And we do the prayer for disease, and without the compassion, also it's just performing. And so that's why that's another reason when we, starting practice, always mind generation, create bodhicitta intention. So without that, then one just follow the words of conventional meaning. We are deceived by delusory philosophical views and dharmas. Then what happens is like if you follow the words, create so much complications, problems. In this world is historically think about religion create so much problems, disasters. Religion create. Yeah. So people think about religion, then it's tired already, tired. Yeah. So what happened that? The reason is the, follow the words conventional meaning. The religion followers, they didn't really practice the truth. Okay. They follow the words. And then they say, I am Buddhist, I am Christian, I am Jewish, I'm Muslim. So this put all the label carry, and then keep emotion is there. No love, compassion in the heart. Okay, so that's why they all they created this so much causes of suffering in the world. So the real true religion, true if you really spiritual follow, then Dharma born in the heart means the 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 must have to have a religion followers has must have to have a compassion, love. So then not going to happen this bad things or like create the causes of suffering. So that's why no, in the world like many communication religions. Reason is religion follower they didn't know truth. It's they only just follow the words and attach fixation to own religion. Okay. Meaning we are deceived by delusory philosophical views and dharmas. So then attach fixation to the fight. So reality, the who fight religions, they don't know anything about almost their own religion, what's going on, truth, But then they say, I'm Muslim, I'm Christian, I'm Buddhist. They can, it's ready to fight. Mm. So that's the reason, point is, the religion followers need love, compassion have to rise, not follow the words. Uh, Otherwise, philosophy views and the dharmas control that. Then even like inside Buddhist, of course, different traditions, even Buddhist, and then these different lineages, then different monasteries. Okay, so one monastery also has different sections. So anyway, like and never end. Okay, the fighting is never end. So the same world is like first like whole different countries, and then of course go into like different states, and then different city, and then go to different counties, different county and neighbor. All this have issues like fighting never end, and come to family. Then family also inside fight, and they come to yourself until finally, then you die yourself. That's it. That's the we knows what's going on in the world. So we are deceived by philosophical dramas and views. So Jigdon Sumgo have this perfect size for what going on in the world, the future, all this fighting is happening. That's why he supplicate Mother Tara of perfect wisdom. So perfect wisdom, reason is this perfect wisdom is why fighting is not knowing truth. Okay, not knowing the truth, what is right, what is wrong. Uh, the religion leaders also not practicing truth. They want to control people. They want to brainwash, and they wanted to have a power, wanted to control the power. And then they created then many, people, uh, how to say, brainwash or change. So then reality, people don't have any ideas, truth. So it's that's the all is due to because ignorance, not knowing is truth. So that's why we need wisdom. Wisdom is uh, the point is here is like we have to know. Example, that's why Buddha said, investigate my teaching. Investigate, you can investigate me. And don't follow blind faith. And study, investigate, debating. Another words, one fourth sentence, one verse is Buddha share is very beautiful. Gelong Dagan Ken Namji. Gelong Dagan Ken Namji means he says, Bushus means monks, and Ke means like scholars. Scholars, Gelong Dagan Ken Namji. Sikye Dharma Sergeant. Sikye Dharma Sergeant, like, gore is, I think, put in the fire and then they create something and put fire again and again, make pure something gore. So I don't know the right now what they're doing. I think ancient time, Sikhe Dharma surgeon means like cut and then make put a fire and make again something like gore has become very pure create. So it's have to do many times. And the Buddha says you have to do like that. Sikhe Dharma surgeon. Likpar Talangayika, he says Likpar Talangayika is like really you investigate my teaching, again and again. Likpar Talangayika. Lamar sa kisarming is means not uh, just follow, respect, and uh, knowingly and then understanding through your knowledge, you have to follow. So that's I don't know how to exactly explain what he mentioned this verses explain to English, but kind of like that, okay? So the we need understanding truth, what is right, what is wrong. Know you many people here, we know it's like in the zone here is background is totally different. You wanted to practice vipassana and study this supplication Tara practice, you have to engage in study. It's also you practice and it really helps or not for you. And so we have to rising wisdom within ourselves. Then you recognize it's true or not truth. So that's why we need wisdom. Please protect us means wisdom is protecting us. That's the third verses. No is what time is no? 4:15. 4:15. Okay, we're going to finish here. I think it's this very short. We have to talk tomorrow too. And noise we can get ask question, discussion. Like usually we don't have time to do that. Do you have any questions? And also in the Zoom Sangha, you can ask question too.
One of my questions is about, in the first, the idea of happiness on sentient beings. And we've used this term and I hear it in Buddhist philosophy, but 800 years ago, what did sentient beings mean? How would we know we didn't have the science, we didn't have the ideas to determine sentience from non-sentience. What do you think that verse is referring to in terms of the idea of sentience?
Sentient means who has a mind. So in this case, like, okay, sentience means who want happiness, who want free from suffering. So that who has that ability to think is called sentience. And then, even bugs in running on the ground, they're chasing happiness. So that's how they're sentient beings. But this flower has a life, but no mind. We cannot call sentient beings.
But just to push and ask, part of what I'm trying to understand the distinction between is the flower and the bug and the mushroom, which are, with the mycelium network and the things that we've only really begun to understand about how plants communicate, right? So if plants are communicating, is that sentience? And now if AI is sentient.
AI?
Hmm.
AI, so what is AI? You mean artificial intelligence? I don't think so.
But the definition I'm struggling with, because the bug is not seeking happiness, it's programmed to seek food. And the AI is programmed to do a thing. It's a program. And the distinction I can draw for a human is that we have some free will. So we're not fully programmed, maybe. Or maybe it's all an illusion, and so maybe we are. But the distinction that I think I can draw is that a human has sentience because we are not fully programmed. But an ant or a bee does what it does from birth, programmed to do the thing. The flower is going to bloom or not bloom. And so sentience as a concept is the one that I really am trying to understand, especially if it derives from 800 years ago. What does sentience mean today that is the same or different than it meant 800 years ago?
I think it's the same. I think it's the same. Still, the same reason is like, the who has a mind, and that's called the sentient beings. AI, no mind there. It's a program.
But the ant has a
AI, like, think about AI, is every people has AI, right? AI is not only one. AI is a program. So flower is just plain alive, but no any place you can search. Conscious is there or no? No conscious. So must have to have a conscious sentient being means. Yeah. And then in the Buddha's teaching, sentient beings is like more bigger than what we think. The way only sentient beings, like thinking about, bugs, human beings, animals, only these things. But the Buddha's sentient beings is like, he says so many, even some beings not have physical form, only mental forms. So it's more than what we see in eye. Then you have who has a form with diversity forms. Sentient beings means diversity sentient beings. Where does it come from? Source is we create a diversity karma, and that's why it's diversity sentient beings. AI You download AI, I download AI, exactly same. So that means that's not sentient beings like created by karma, they're created by company. Yeah. So that's I think so. I'm not sure your question, but kind of like that. Are you? Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And then next one. Yes.
Can you say a little bit about love and attachment to one's child and also one's lover? And how does one practice this, you know, when you also want to protect and guide and sometimes can even, you know, kind of control the direction. I guess guide is the right word. Your child, and obviously, you know, become very attached to the child, and the child is very attached to you. Maybe they're different, the lover and the child, but maybe not. How does this practice, do you feel like is applied or challenging, or anything?
I didn't get really.
I guess,
I think the question is, how can you not feel attachment to someone you love?
to a child or to a
on
lover, yeah, what does the attachment look like, or what's the right kind of compassion?
Oh, okay. So, our love, the you know, like ordinary, like attachment love is lot dependent and many expectations. So this pure love is you know, no attachment. So it's this how to explain this one? You know, the pure love is doesn't matter what cause condition going on. You know, your child, your love is there. We know sometimes, like, you know, parents love another kid very strong, another kid doesn't good, they don't much love. So that's is love is like based on the attachment. Yeah. The parents has true love, equanimity, then doesn't matter which kind of kids. Okay, good behave or bad, or you really, you know, nice or it's extremely bad. It's maybe more love apply for the bad ones. Taking care. So that's called it's unconditional, I think, less attachment, love. Then you know, the pure love is create very great, like example, husband, wife, or any condition, you know, much better condition create, or like you're not thinking about what I want and what the kids or husband or wife they want, right? So it's become more freedom love. So usually attachment love is like fixation, what I want. Parents very strong control the kids. So I'm doctor, you must be doctor. You know, so that's the attachment, fixation love. And then sometimes the kids cannot do that, and the parents like very upset and cut relationships. See, so we having that's the attachment, fixation love. The true love is then parents also really love to kids what really he want, she want, right? And support that. And that's the love. Then husband, wife, exactly same, you know. Husband sometimes love is like really control wife, extremely control. So that's not love, it's control, it's attachment, fixation, very strong. different, right? Love is you can give whatever she want. So it's different energy, different levels. So that's I understand. Make sense?
Yes, I think the line is very tricky, pure love, yes.
Yeah, it's
I got that, I think that
Mm.
it's the attachment to the concept and protection. If you're protecting your child, you don't want your child to be, nothing. You don't want your child to die. You don't want your child to just accept. You want your child to, grow and to thrive and be safe, and so therefore you want it to be a thing, and a good thing, a strong thing, right? Not so. It's just this, I think it's very subtle navigation.
Okay. So then, any question you have there?
I thought, actually, I was trying to get to yesterday, actually, no, I'm glad that you brought it, Sarah, because. I think pure love exists.
Mm.
I think it can be a healthy, wonderful thing. I think it can exist between a parent and a child and be pure and demand nothing in return. And that's what I'm having difficulty reconciling with the concept of we are nothing, we are an illusion. Because you don't want your child to be nothing, an illusion. You want your child to exist, and you want your love to exist. Isn't that an okay thing? Isn't that a good thing?
Yeah, so that's the worldly level, yes. Perspective, the Dharma still not enough. But worldly level, that's good idea, good thinking. Okay, so then here, yes.
Would you agree that in order to have true compassion, love, patience, generosity, you first need to have that towards yourself before you can have true compassion, love, patience, generosity towards others?
So first you mean we have ourselves first.
Towards your selfless self.
So love yourself.
Like understanding that you are Buddha and part of everything and you're nothing, your
Yes.
selfless self. Do you think that it's necessary to have love, compassion, generosity towards experience that towards yourself to be able to experience that?
So that's
Truly.
that's both, actually both. So it's it's called meditating wisdom, knowing the truth, and then this love, compassion is rising for others. So it's called wisdom is cause. So now, we meditate vipassana, and this supplication Tara example practicing, you realize and recognize I, self is not there. And you meditate, you have a beautiful experience, you truly devotion to Yidam deity and rising devotions. So then other compassion then naturally rising for other beings. So that compassion is more equanimity. And the relative level, we practice compassion is still, limited. Because you can meditate love, compassion for someone, but another person very hard to put for that. Like you can love your mother, but very hard to love for someone's. And that's why, meditating idea change, like, okay, love rising mother, and then you can move to the someone, also meditate. Take time to expanding. It's expanding also still limited, not grow like equanimity, not possible. That's why we, this vipassana meditation, you knowing the truth, and you have the experience. So you recognize every single being is in same oneness in their states. And then due to all these delusions, so everyone is controlled by afflictive emotion. You feel love for, compassion for everyone. It's easy to happen. So that's the reason the view is meditation is very powerful. But when we share the teaching practice, we go starting love, compassion, go to high up. But another level you can meditate directly, no duality. You have ability that. Then you have experience rising. You can loving compassion, expanding for everyone. No duality states is become equanimity. Everything is oneness. So this is a true equanimity. Okay, next questions.
But even also might be like medicine. Like there might be different paths. Right? Like for some people, it might be necessary to love themselves before they can find that love for others. But for others, having that person having experienced a pure love to someone else might also help them to find that love for themselves.
Okay, so now in the zone we have questions here. Okay, first one is Mary, who's Gadoma. Okay.
Andrew has a question.
Okay.
I have a question. You mentioned ethical discipline is needed for the Dharma to be born in one's heart. So I've been trying to do the 24-hour Sojong vows, but I'm not able to do them that well. And I get angry at myself. I get frustrated with myself. So I was wondering if you have any advice on how do you be kind to yourself as you're trying to practice as ethical discipline? Like, how do you be gentle or compassionate with yourself, even when you fail to practice ethical discipline?
So the fear is okay, long as recognize I'm fear. So you can regret, it's easy. You can change, yeah? So most people don't recognize I'm fear because it's due to ego. Long as you recognize I'm fear, I didn't have good conduct, I'm not good Dharma practitioner. Long as you have that, already great, actually good. Most people think always I'm great, I'm doing good, correct everything. So then if the conduct is always important, is intention. Your drawing is a fear is possible, it's body, speech, mind, you cannot keep always the same level. So you can have a mind is power and have always good intention, then you have good conduct.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Then next one is Debe Anapule. MDUSA. You have fully named everything.
Thank you for this teaching, Khenpo Rinpoche. I find that at this point in my study and practice, I at least can catch myself more often and before too long when it comes to seeing that I don't have unlimited love for all sentient beings. But I feel like while that is still a problem, when I'm watching the news, for example, what I'm totally lacking often is being able to love all situations. And Garchen Rinpoche has told us we need to not only love all sentient beings, but all situations. And can you recommend what are the best ways to work on that? that difficulty of dealing with feeling like the situation's not mine at all. You know, it's I'm not to blame, even though I know through interdependence I am. But it's so difficult. How do we do better at that?
So another is very easy. Just don't watch news. Very simple. Yeah. Or if you have to watch news, then just put in the delusion. You know, it's a delusion. News is only stay like one way after a change. Like almost every day is changing. You know, it's a rare delusion there.
But I don't have to watch the news, Khenpo Rinpoche. I just have to walk out my front door. And these situations are there all the time. And I get hooked by things not being the way I want them to be. And I realize that's self-grasping and kind of self-cherishing and judging. But somehow situations are stickier right now for me.
Yeah.
I'm not speaking for everyone.
You have a compassion, but then it's all about compassion with put in the or is delusion together. So we, you know, the idea is impermanent and change not truly exist. It's a delusion, same as dreaming. So with the compassion, you put that together, and then it's okay. If you only compassion, you get hurt. With this other together, okay? Delusion, impermanent, view of emptiness, and so that's you have to apply, I think. Thank you, David.
留言区里面的这个文字跟问题要问的你先举手没有时间接受文字的提问啊。
Cherub, interpretation is
OK，禁言本身可以发问吗？禁言。好，打开麦克风。
这样可以吗？
可以。
上师你好，顶礼上师，我想问一下，泡碗法早晚都有在修，就每一天都在修，然后感觉非常清净。然后，但是有一个问题就是，经常好像脑袋断片了，好像什么都没有了，然后就会好像记忆力减退一样。但这样子一直修下去，有没有什么问题？可以继续修吗？这是第一个问题。然后第二个问题的话，就是每一天就是有一点贪吃，就是有这个障碍。师父能不能有什么法可以修一下，改变这个贪吃的习性？就这两个问题。感恩。
OK， 好 ，Kamala。First question asking about Poa. She's practicing Poa every day and every night. So is it too much doing this kind of practice? Because when she does Poa, she feels a blankness in her mind and she easily forget about things that he need to remember. Forgetfulness is there. Always forget about things. Yeah. Not mindful. Yeah. And she's practicing Poa every day. Is it too much for her?
Not too much, not too much. It's okay. So Poa is just only, think, meditate Buddha Amitabha. And also you have to visualize after practice Poa, the Buddha Amitayo. So long as you just correctly everything, it's not too much. It's always good for, free from life obstacle too.
这个人不就说你这个破法早晚修不会有大问题的，只要你修了破法之后，你要记得要修那个长寿佛、长寿的持名加持，这样你就会保证你这一生是健康无碍的哈。这不会，你的障碍不是由这个修破法引起的。Second question, Khenpo, how to rectify the habitual tendency of greediness about food, like to eat a lot, eating.
Oh, eating, yes.
Yeah, like to eat a lot of good food. Attachment about food.
Oh, attachment food.
Mm.
It's okay, eat whatever you can enjoy. Yeah.
他是说尽量多吃好吃的，多吃没有关系，尽量的乐在其中，不要阻止自己去吃好吃的食物，好不好？
Yes. We need to enjoy life.
你们要享受生命，好不好啊
Yeah.
？OK，
It's good. You know, you love the food.
你喜欢吃是福报啊，多吃啊。下一个明，
啊，听得见吗？
听得见。
仁波切，晚上好。刚才仁波切讲了刹那间安住在无生法界，那么我们怎样做才能刹那间安住在这样的一个境界当中？请问仁波切有什么方法可以引导我们吗？这就是我的问题，谢谢。
Khenpo, how to put our mind into the state of the Dharma Dhatu, the unborn state of Dharma Dhatu, become the nature of our mind. How to do that? How to achieve that kind of state?
That's very hard to show you. You know, you have to chant lots of this supplication tara prayer, and then follow this meaning, and much more you can let go of this thought. Use awareness, mindful, to watch your own mind, and then that helps you, knowing the Dharma, that the truth.
人们界回答是说很难用显示的方法来告诉你怎么去修正治你的自性本性。总而言之，你要多念这个度母七救护祈愿文，多念背熟它，然后禅修的时候念，然后就是要意不依语，不要靠文字相来打转，要了解这个文字的法义何在，然后就是用你的明觉，用你自己的心来观照你的心的本性。如此的不断的反复的串修，就可以达到安住在这个无生法界当中了。这个 AA430妙枪
你好，就是想问一个问题，就是说之前听上师讲过这个大鹏展翅这部法，但是之前刚学佛的时候就不太敢听这样的书生的导演们的法。那现在学习这么多年，想再次听上师讲解一下大鹏展翅这个法，可以吗？
Khenpo, this is a request from him to request you to give the teaching of the flight of Garuda again. Because he now realized the importance of the Dzogchen teaching, so he would like to request on behalf of all of us to you to give the teaching again.
Okay, so we do some when we have time next times.
有机会的时候一定会给大家这个教法，下一次。
Okay, next.
好，下一个有谁我看不到，有谁在举手？
Am I right?
Yes. Thank you, Khenpo Rinpoche. The second verse, those beings wandering samsara are my mother. I wonder if you remember me as being your mother in the past lives. And I wonder if I was your mom, I introduced you to Tibetan Buddhism. And you came back as a Rinpoche to teach me as being your own mother. That's one question. And then second question, it's okay if I walk around believing I am Tara, like all the time, not I am Emma, but I am Tara. You walk out and walk the dogs, you look like Tara. You eat, you look like Tara. You sleep, you look like Tara. Thank you.
Okay, so the first question is all mother sentient beings. We don't need to remember anything. All mother sentient beings, okay? No one remember each other. It's okay. So the second, your question is, you are Tara or not? It's dependent your when you have a conceptual thoughts, delusion states cannot be entire. If you have ability to hold your own awareness, stay in that state, then you can think Amtara is okay. It's your choice, your ability. I mean.
Thank you.
啊，只要不要观想自己的度母。那个我看到一个人，就是我看到
Could you call on the next person, please?
SJ18捉毛轮回过换 SJ6。
请问上师，如果想跟随您系统的学习佛法，应该先从哪一个法开始学呢？有没有那种次第的1、2、3、4这样的，就是说法呢？后面如果要是跟随上师学到比较深的法，需不需要去面见上师呢
Khenpo, if you want to practice under your guidance, do we start like a lamrim, stage by stage, kind of practice under your guidance? Like for example, if you teach about Dzogchen, then we need to go back to the very first stage of Dharma practice to learn from the very beginning again. Then only you can do Dzogchen practice.
So each meditation have followed by lamrim.
所以每一个禅修、每个禅法、每个禅修法门都是它本身的道次第。
So when we, starting beginning meditate, you have to cultivate appreciation, and precious human body, impermanent, and then, we do mind generation, bodhicitta, supplication to Guru, and connect to Yadam, and then go to Mahamudra meditation, Dzogchen. So all this, each section you can apply all this together.
那上次说，其实每一个法，不管大法或者小法，不管是上部的还是下部的，每一个法，比如说那个法本里面呢，从最初的发心，然后观想人生难得、因果无常，这个四供加心，然后四不共加心，然后发这个皈依，然后发菩提心、四无量心，然后观想升起次第、圆满次第到回向，每一个法当中都包含圆满的次第了。不用说一个特别的法，从最初那边学习，然后再学到最后大圆满。每一个上师教的法都有道次第在里面，所以你只要把那个上师目前所教的法学得好就可以了。
所以 you can meditate, Dzogchen practice, but also go back to, Lamrim, read, cultivate bodhicitta. So, always good together.
你一边修大圆满的法，一边去回归你对这个基础的法义的认知跟学习，比如说人生难得等这些，两个是可以同步进行的，不会互相矛盾。
No, is we finish or no?
还有吗？我看不到举手，因为我的荧幕有限，我看不到举手的人了。
Thank you, Cheryl.
Thank you, everyone.
OK， 谢谢大家。好。
Thank you. So no, I do this transmission. I think we didn't do it right. 马杰瓦美贝吉耶那永杰森拉摩dru玛有的森杰跟拉的德尔玛当吉巴跟来加的萨让吉个因巴尔玛耶巴尔森杰玛王的吉巴耶玛科瓦杰贝森杰那有拉摩就杰加的。今年的就拉玛吉巴当你这个经常的正当跟贝在巴拉洋洋大个拉美加的萨多巴个瓦让个山东的光巴拉美西巴萨瓦跟贝因瓦拉洋真贝拉美加的。萨朗说你们一些拉你真正不把家家家到在家金巴那都你们家拉美家的是让大个东拉那在家金这些等等没些没些这东拉莫巴拉用个你家拉美家的是，这张能给自己家他们家带一米家到东后面干啥拉用做上家家的是几把也讲不动几天个别爸爸他妈的嘛。爸妈他妈的下了自己是吧？他把家的嘛，他把生了现在就把这说那么的也当起谁把你都能你别长那帮子的，几个那就把人出来。谁本朝人做啊做的学生就什么叫人不见嘛，几把那几把年把没把样讲的讲的不话的学，其实跟谁跟几等着那老王的，这讲把人间把这等把生的把这到地上讲本身就是这。Thank you everyone. Touch the leg.
Thank you, Khenpo.
多谢对对，
感谢everyone。
谢谢Rinpoche。
上师，
感恩上师，
上师，再见的嘞，
感恩上师，
感恩翻译老师，
感恩上师，
上师，
天父晚安，上师，上师晚安，老师晚安。
感恩上师，感恩您，
感恩上师，
感恩上师，大慈大悲。
身体安康，法能长顺，扎西德勒，感恩上师，
感恩上师，晚安。
感恩上师，扎基德勒。
感恩义工，
感恩上师。